Hello everyone, it's me, I'm PixelBit, and here with me there's an owl that's very excited apparently.
Yes, when I am not excited for Umineko, probably wait. There's been probably one single live where I wasn't excited, and it was in chapter 4 when I knew I had to read about Sakutaro
Oh, yeah, I
being
mean,
beheaded.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, the stream of suffering, yes I do remember.
that was
That was literally the stream of suffering.
that was
Because,
Sakutaro and NJ being bullied
yeah,
in the same
exactly,
live.
because it was NJ and Sakutaro as well, so yeah, it was a stream of suffering. And
Yeah.
also, I would like to pinpoint that I did my in Tomodachi Life, and every time she talks, she talks with someone, she says how much she loves Sakutaro.
Amazing. It's
because
great.
because I also made a Sakutaro item, and they said I showed you the picture.
Yeah.
They said Maria is presenting herself talking about how much she loves Sakutaro.
Are you gonna do a Sakutaro me as well, or
A Sakutaro, I don't know.
me?
I don't know, honestly, because how one would explain that, because there's a splashy, but there's also the me. Does it make sense?
I mean, it's
There would be two of them.
magic view Sakutaro and human view Sakutaro.
Yeah, but there would be two of them.
So, imagine Sakutaro being so adamant to talk about Sakutaro as a plushie. And he would be like, oh my
Imagine-
god, Sakutaro plushie is so cute.
Imagine Sakutaro selling the actual Sakutaro plushie.
Can they sell items?
Yeah, I mean, they are in the shop sometimes. Remember that me goes in the shop?
Yeah. Oh my god, the Sakutaro being in the market and being like, I'm holding an auction for this plushie. 50 cents a Sakutaro plushie.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be.
Oh god.
That's why I don't know if I'm gonna make it, because it would be a little bit strange.
I see.
Oh well. By the way, we can continue, I'd say. What happened last time? Because I don't remember.
Last time there was a bunch of reading of NJ reading the.
Oh yeah, NJ reading about reading to
Federina
Federin.
versus Aurora.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the entire name, but yeah, and also there's two Beatrices, and I lost count how many Beatrices are in this game, honestly.
Yes, the answer is yes. And basically, Chick Beatrice read about the old Beatrice, the one who is not here anymore, and she was trying to become her in order for her to be able to serve.
Yeah, and she somehow went back to the past and met the old Beatrice to become like her, so they are gonna fuse. Oh,
yeah, but basically they are the same person, but
they aren't
divided in two. So Beatrice the Elder actually can use magic and is weak to cobwebs and all of that, while Beatrice the Chick is just a human that is Beatrice. So they are one person in two.
Not confusing. Not confusing at all.
Not confusing
at all. Not confusing at all.
Since Umineko was so easy to understand.
Not confusing at all.
Not confusing at all. And in the meantime, Federin is just eating popcorn while all of this is going on.
Basically, yeah. If Federin basically is you, I told you already. You know everything, and I'm like, yeah. And you're enjoying this, and I'm like, I do not understand what the heck is going on here. Why there's like 35 Beatrice here?
I have to agree with Federin that the most enjoyable part of hearing someone read is watching their reactions.
Yeah.
So I am enjoying the game again because of course I've already played it, but I'm enjoying it even more because now you are playing it.
I have.
And I'm having so much fun because of this.
Of course. I have a question before we start, and I was thinking about it earlier. In the meantime, let's continue. Bakabakashi. Beatrice, we know that's not a real name. Beato's real name, of course, it's title and all of that stuff. Are we gonna know her actual name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Other question number 2.
You didn't expect me to be able to say this.
Yeah,
so
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess we would have known at a certain point, because this game tends to explain even the tiniest things that happen every single time.
Everything.
I am sure when I come out of these, I'm not gonna have any doubt on what happened. So what I wonder is, they haven't told me her real name. Can I get their reasoning, or I have no chance of knowing?
To me, it's hard.
Very, very, very hard.
If you can answer Beatrice's last riddle in chapter 4.
Oh yeah, I'm not here, but I kill you. Who am I? That one.
Yeah. If you can answer that, then you have a chance. But it's not. It's not easy.
I mean, Butler answered that probably because he understood, but
Butler knows.
Butler knows. Yeah. But I'm still wondering what's the answer to that question now as today, so I do not know. By the way, we can continue. Bakabakashi.
Bakabakashi.
Ah, yeah.
Oh no, legends can exist.
I just started and already want to slap her. Okay. Okay, girl, calm down. But I guess forgetting once or every now and then, but all the times? Thank you.
There we go. Thank you.
私も母さんに夜に廊下の窓を開けっぱなしにしたことはないかって聞かれて、そんなのやってないのになんだか怒られたぜ。
Of course. When the parents get angry at you, even if you did nothing.
For no reason, yeah.
For no reason. The clearest example that comes to mind to me is when I was cooking, I was boiling water. So I would like to be I was boiling water, so just water. Not even the salt wasn't in yet because it was for pasta, so salt wasn't in yet. And I didn't notice, but on the gas stove there was a spot, there was some dirt, someone cooked and some dirt was there. Okay, a spot.
Yeah.
My mother got angry because I made that spot with water, so I didn't make that spot. And I was like, I didn't do that. There's water in that. How can that water make a black spot?
Magic. Magic.
And she understood that, and she got angry because I didn't clean that before putting that thing on over the fire. So yeah,
of course, classic.
Like it's my fault. I didn't even see it honestly earlier, but yeah. So yeah, classic. Che.
ベアトリーチェもきっとお月見がしたかったんだね。
何度も同じ窓でそういうことがあると薄気味悪いよな。それに 厨房の料理道具が積み上がってて不気味な魔法陣だかの落書きがあったってのはもっとヤバいだろう。
What if? And it's a very simple explanation. It was just someone doing that, pretending to be Beatrice. Very simple. I mean, Kinzo, I could see Kinzo doing that. Honestly.
So with so much free time going to practice.
Kinzo doesn't have shit to do. So yeah.
エッジみたいなもので不気味な魔法陣が書かれていたって
Yeah,
話で、
probably ketchup or
そ
something.
れ以来厨房の見回りも怖がられていて。
Or even wait, we're talking about Kinzo, could be real blood, honestly, yeah.
Honestly,
そ
yes.
の厨房の不気味な魔法陣事件、目撃者は誰ですか？
私じゃないです。私はその多分辞めちゃった使用人の子に
Quick after that, honestly, I could really understand.
その日は私の勤務日じゃなかったし。
つまりはそういうことです。心霊スポットに尾ひれがつくように、あなたたち使用人も夜の屋敷の階段を少し面白がったりはしていませんで、あなたがそうして魔女が存在するかのように語り、それを伝染させているように。
つまりベアトリーチェの仕業ということになってる。何かの偶然か事故、あるいは面白がって誰かが捏造した根も葉もない噂話と、そう言いたいわけか。
そういうことです。ベアトリーチェなんて存在するわけがないじゃないですか。
ベアトリーチェはいる。
バトラさんはよくご理解されているようです。そういう名の人間、あるいはそう自称して何かを行った特定または不特定多数の人間は存在するでしょうね。しかし私たちが期待して妄想するような
Wait. There does exist some human person with that name, or else multiple specific or non-specific per people who are okay.
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェなんていう存在は全くにもってありえません。
Yes, punch her.
ベアトリーチェはいる。会ったことある。
へえ、その話を詳しく教えてはもらえませんか？
Oh no, I understand what kind of scene this is.
あ
Okay.
なたはベアトリーチェに会った？そして魔法を見せてもらったとでも言うんですか？
Oh no.
いつも会ってる。六軒島に来るたびに会ってるもん。そしていつも
Look at
楽
their
しい魔
face.
法を見
Yeah.
せてくれるの。
Denying the existence of the witch would always have the immediate effect of infuriating
I mean,
Maya,
of course, we know.
of course. However, Erika, who didn't know to avoid this topic, had challenged her head-on.
Of course.
But no matter how Maria tried to smooth over the matter of Beatrice's existence, she stood no chance of defeating the ruthless, intelligent Erika in an argument.
Erika, I would like to pinpoint, she's a kid, she's 9.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
So,
Do I need to remind you of her title? Because I will.
no, I know. But what I mean is, do you really have to do this? She's freaking
Because she
9
would
years
like that.
old.
She doesn't care. She enjoys this.
Okay.
George and Jessica hurried to calm Maria down, but Maria's anger could not be settled by this point.
Of course.
グッと
What do you mean good?
Erika.
魔法を使って見せたんですね。それがどんな魔法か
Yup.
具体的に教えていただけますか？
Is this in-
いつも魔法でお菓子をプレゼントしてくれる。ベアとは魔法でお菓子を生み出すことができる。
ポケットから出しただけじゃないんですか？
違うもん。魔法だもん。すごいんだよ。空っぽのカップの中からいっぱいのキャンディーが湧き出したんだもん。
へえ、そりゃすげえ魔法だな。そうだね。確かにそれは魔法だ。
そうだよ、魔法だよ。本当に空っぽだったもん。ちゃんと中を確認したもん。
はあ？中を確認したもんって何の話です？
Thank you, Jessica. You said what we all wanted to say.
それよりエリカ様、紅茶のおかわりでも
Yeah, take some tea to your face and
They
shut
the tea and shut up.
ノ
up,
ーサン
bitches.
キューです。今大変知的な話をしています。
A serious discussion on over there with a 9-year-old girl. Okay.
外野は黙っているように。もっと具体的に教えてください、マリアさん。カップの中をちゃんと確認したとはどういう意味ですか？幸いここに今ひっくり返って中身が空っぽになったばっかりの紅茶のカップがありますし、
Yeah.
どうぞこれでその時の状況を再現してくださいませんか？さあお願いします。
After holding the cup of black tea, which had just overturned and was still dripping upside down over the table, Erika slammed it down hard and slid it over to Maria.
Question, Opti. Can you go a little bit more on the right? Because you're covering a little bit of the written. Okay, perfect.
Oh no.
No, that's perfect now. It's okay, it's good.
Sorry, I am the Witch of Big apparently.
No. It's because you also tend to lean a little bit on the left, and it's normal. But you cover the right. No,
I
that's
just have to
okay.
do this, honestly.
That's okay. It's not a problem. It's just I was just saying. Yeah, you're covering a little bit of the right. That's not a problem. Yeah, you tend to go a little bit like this, and your arm covered the text. That's not a problem. Okay, yeah.
Erika's eyes glowed repulsively, like those of a snake about to snap up a frog. Those eyes were ice cold and had a madness in them that made one want to avert their gaze. On the other hand, Maria was glaring furiously, her whole body shaking uncontrollably in the greatest expression of anger that a human can manage. The look on her face was frightening, not at all something one would expect to see on a 9-year-old girl.
And we're not talking about a normal old girl. We're talking about Maria.
お二人ともおやめください。ベアトリーチェはね、こうやって空っぽのカップをね、テーブルの上に逆さに伏せておいたの。
はい、それでそのまま開いたら飴玉が溢れ出してきたわけですか。それはすごい。それなら魔法ですよね。
Butler and the others tried to get between the two and calm them down, but it was no use. The two violently pushed aside the others, and glaring at each other from so close that their foreheads banged together, they repeatedly slammed down the upside-down cup on the table.
Okay.
The sound of their foreheads banging together and the cup being slapped down shattered the barrier between reality and illusion.
What? Oh!
They are witches after all.
魔法だよ。魔法なんだよ。ベアとは魔法でキャンディーを生み出したんだよ。
I honestly was happy to see Witch Maria again.
なら再構築してもらいましょうか。マリアージュ・ソルシエル創立者にして原初の魔女のマリア。
エリカ卿、取るに足らぬ相手です。
Thank you, Dorno.
戦うまでもありません。
Thank you.
お黙りなさい、殺人球体関節人形。さあこの伏せたカップの中がどう飴玉で満たされたって言うんです？
カップをひっくり返したってキャンディーは出てこないよ。だって魔法を使わなきゃ出てこないもん。ベアとは魔女なんだもん。魔法を使うんだもん。
はいはい、魔法ですね。
They're super zoomed. Okay. I don't think we ever seen the sprite this much big.
So zoomed in. No, I was thinking about that because I can see Maria being a little bit pixelated.
Yeah, it's a little bit out of
It's a little
focus,
bit
but yeah.
too much because she's smaller than than Erika, of course.
Yeah.
So she looks even more pixelated.
Just a bit.
どうやって魔法を魔法のステッキを振るってカップを叩いたら飴玉が溢れ出した違いますよね違いますよね
ベアとは魔女だから魔法を使うの。魔法は呪文を唱えて奇跡を起こすの。キャンディーを生み出す魔法も呪文を唱えなきゃ使えない。
はいはい了解グッドですグッドグッド呪文をどうぞ魔法をどうぞさあさあどんな呪文を魔女はどんな風に
さあさあ思い浮かべてごらんなさい。カップの中にキャンディーがいっぱい。そんな素敵なところを思い浮かべてごらんなさい。
Is it just the two of them in there?
For now, yes.
へえそれで
And Doranor, of course.
Yeah. I mean, no, aside.
キャンディーがいっぱい。
But it's like the Donald is like you could consider it.
There.
You could consider it kind of Erica's furniture or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. At this point, yes. Maria grasped the overturned cup so tightly that it nearly cracked, and slowly lifted it up. Then, from the inside, as many cute candies as the cup could hold poured out. Maria looked at Erika with a full smile, as though saying, "That showed you."
グッドこれがベアトリーチェの魔法だと言うんですねドラノールうちやれ
The heck? Is
She
it?
could refuse.
Is this really necessary?
No.
ベアとの魔法は誰にも否定させない。だって魔法は魔法だもん。
魔法なんてありえませんあなたがありもしない嘘話をしている可能性があります
Oh.
復唱を要求です。これに応じぬ場合、ノックス第7条に違反。応じるよ。これは真実だよ。これは本当の話。
テーブルやカップに細工があって実は手品だったなんてそんなオチはありませんものね
It's probably like that, but don't tell her.
それは違反ですもんね
In the middle of everything. It's just Maria.
秘密の仕掛けと細工はノックス第3条に違反です。
I mean, a Slato hand is behind is the violation of Nox.
No,
command.
hidden. No.
Oh,
hidden
even the
devices.
vice.
So,
Yeah.
so for example, if you
If the
pick up on
table got
and
like
there
a
was,
hidden mechanism, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
ただし、その伏線が示された時のみ、ノックス第8条により許されます。
Nox's third commandment prohibits hidden doors and devices that have no clues pointing towards them. However, by presenting foreshadowing and clues that point towards the existence of said devices, Nox's hate commandment allowed them to be used.
そんな細工は何もない。ただのテーブルとカップだよ。だから手品じゃない魔法だよ。
Okay.
了解です。ノックス第9条によりマリア教の魔法目撃は認められます。
そうですよね第9条ならね観測者はいついかなる時でも視見を語ることが許される
Okay, yeah, but she said it happened and it was true.
でなかったら女装した犯人の目撃を女を見たと表記したミステリーは全て失格ってことになりますから
I mean, people can see stuff and be wrong about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal.
Yeah.
いいんですよあなたが魔法を見たと主張しても全ての真実は主張に過ぎないだから私はあなたとは異なる真実を主張しそれを看破しますそれが探偵の役目醍醐味ですから
カンパなんてできないよ。だってこれは魔法だもん。
その魔法は魔法ですから魔女にしか使えないわけですよね。
No, we know that it's not like that. We have seen people not being witches or stuff that used magic. Natsuhi is not a witch and she used magic. Why are you doing that face?
How do you recognize my face? It's not like I do a specific face.
You do a very specific face every time, and let me tell you, your mother catches it very well. Your mother catches it very, very well. And I can tell, it's all your fault because you made your model.
Apparently, I infused myself in it a little bit too well.
So
My
yeah.
magic is too strong.
So it's your own magic that did that. So yeah.
そうだよ。魔女にしか使えないもん。
But girl, it's not true. We know that it's not true.
では人間の私にも使えてしまう。
Also, aren't you a witch?
In game, she's not a witch. Outside the game, she is.
Yeah, but she is the outside one, even if she's in game, because she's aware of everything.
Yeah, but let's say that right now she's just a detective. So her being a witch does not mean that she can do magic. Her being a witch means basically that she's always right.
Yeah.
She's the witch of truth.
Yeah. But what I mean...
So it's different.
Yeah. What I mean is... the big thing here is people that are not witches can use magic. We know about that.
魔法ではないということになりますね。
お前なんかに使えないよ。ベアトにしか魔法は使えないもん。
Aren't you also a witch girl?
She's an apprentice.
Still.
なら私がやってみせようじゃありませんか。この空のカップの中に。
やれるならやってみてよ。無理無駄人間にできるわけがない。
なら期待ご期待こうご期待。さあここに空っぽのカップがありますよ。よろしいですか。よろしいですね。それをこうしてテーブルに伏せます。
Oh, here's another one.
無用の戦いと思われるなり。
Yeah.
And then get to this like, please stop.
Yeah. Donald tried earlier as well.
飴玉を生み出す呪文を唱えますよ。なんなら一緒に唱えますか。さあさあ思い浮かべてごらんなさい。
カップの中にキャンディーがいっぱい。そんな素敵なところを思い浮かべてごらん。
ストップ。マリアさん、どうしてあなたは呪文を唱えるときに目を閉じるのですか。
What?
魔法の奇跡をどうして目撃しないんです。
人間は半魔法の毒まみれだからだよ。卑しい人間が見てたら魔法の奇跡がかき消されちゃう。
Oh.
There we have it.
だから卑しい人間が魔法を使うときには目を閉じなきゃいけない決まりなの。
なるほどなるほど。人間の魔法に対するお作法。つまりあなたは魔法の瞬間を目撃したことは一度たりともない。そういうことです。
Bless you.
That sneeze was powerful. Okay.
I saw you going all over the place, going like.
Yeah, I mean, that way was very strong. I lost the, probably the cathode ray tube got lost a little bit for a moment.
さあ、出来上がりです。どうぞ、カップを開けてみてください。私がキャンディーを生み出す魔法を使いましたから。
魔女をバカにするお前なんかにキャンディーの魔法が使えるわけない。
Even I would also like to pinpoint that even if she proved that this was a trick, this doesn't deny the existence of magic. It just proved that this was a trick. And makes a little kid cry, but that's another stuff. That's another thing.
To her, I would argue that to Erika this is the same. If I can prove that this is a trick, then I can prove that all of magic is just a trick. So to me, magic does not exist. And in
Yeah.
Maria's eyes,
What I mean is, okay, it's pretty clear that this was a trick for any
anyone who is a Maria.
yeah, but I mean she's a little kid, so it makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
For any person that it's reasonable, you could see, and it's an adult, you could see that this is a trick because, you know, it's a classic thing that you do to kids. Oh yeah, close your eyes, I'm gonna make stuff appear. Of course, what do you think it's gonna happen?
Of course.
But what I mean here, even if Erika does this, she proved that this was a trick, and that's it. In the big game, this doesn't mean anything, and that's probably also what Lanor and Gertrude are saying.
Yeah, this is just this is meaningless.
Yeah.
Literally. This is just for Erika's satisfaction.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's all.
After glaring at Erika with the utmost of malice, Maria slowly stretched her hand out towards the overturned cup. There was no way that Erika, someone who made fun of witches like this, could ever use magic. There was no way that there'd be candy there.
Yeah, about that.
カップの中はどうです？
Yeah.
And there, in a cute wrapper, lay a single candy.
ね、これが魔法ね。
Erika smiled gently.
There's nothing gentle about that smile.
A look of disbelieving shock arose in Maria's eyes, along with envy for this person who could use the same magic as Beato.
エリカも魔法が使えるの？
ね、魔法でしょ？これが。ってことはつまり。
Erika smiled pleasantly. She and Maria had finally reached a deep understanding.
What?
わてねー
Ah, okay.
あんたが目つぶってる間にカップ開けて飴玉放り込んだだけじゃない。
Okay, this is the thing I expected. Okay.
これが魔法？こんなの参入手品でしょうが。やっへー！これがまず探偵としての青き真実です。そして重ねて真実の魔女としてくれてやります。あんたの言う飴玉の魔法はただの手品。ベアトリーチェとかいうエセ魔女が魔法と称して見せた単なる手品。
Can we have some personal space, Erika? Just a little bit over there.
I was about to say she's even more closed up than before.
Just a tiny bit of personal space.
つうかあんたこの程度の手品で騙されるわけで？あんたの主観が語る魔法なんてね、全く信用できやしない。
She's 9 years old.
あんたが魔法だと思い込んでるものはすべてあなたが種に気づかないだけの手品に過ぎません。魔法なんてあるわけない。存在するわけない。 このカップにキャンディーを入れたのはエリカの手品かもしれないけど。
Oh, Sakutaro back to the rescue. Okay.
だからといってベアトの魔法も手品だったことの証明にはならないよ。
Good job, dude.
うりゃー！ならば同時に 魔法以外では不可能だったことの証明にもなりませんね。
Yeah.
この腐れぬいぐるみが。金家謹んで申し上げ立てまつる。
無用の勝負、これまでと知りたまえ。
Thank you.
この紙切れどもがいいところで邪魔を。
Scalpel papers?
これで十分です。
Why scalpel papers?
I'm not sure.
Are they
Maybe.
based on something made out of papers? Is that
mean,
the rule? Because the rules and it's like a, I mean, rule is something written on paper, probably. Is that what it is?
This is something that comes to mind, and also everyone is stored in a book in Federiza. In Federiza.
Yeah, but even
well.
Erika then at that point.
Yeah, but she's perfect. She's the detective. She's not scraps.
Yeah, okay.
カップの中
I
に
mean,
キ
this
ャンデ
is
ィーを
my
表す魔
interpretation.
法について
Not
は
bit.
マリア教に手品であっても魔法だと誤解する可能性があることが示されました。よって魔法であるとの主張は却下されます。
I mean, yeah.
でもマリアの時は本当に魔法だったかもしれないよ。
Yeah, also that, yeah.
手品が存在することが魔法を否定することにはならない。
エリカ教、お見事です。見事マリア教の魔女幻想を打ち破りました。
Witch illusions are an attempt to make others acknowledge the existence of magic by claiming that something would be impossible without it. That is the attack used by witches. If someone can argue back and say that it would be possible without magic, the witch illusion is defeated, and the witch must retreat. The magic that Maria claimed to have seen had the possibility of being a trick, so it was unqualified to be acknowledged as magic. That was only the result of this battle. It was still too early to bring the fight into the domain of denying everything else Maria believed in, the existence of Beatrice, witches, and magic. However, battles will always end instantly when your opponent surrenders. Erika had wanted to hit Maria with everything at once, defiling the witch and magic she believed in, and crushing it without a fragment of compassion.
あと一歩で波が引いた後のまっさらな砂浜みたいな無垢なハートをズタズタに引き裂いてやれたのに。残念です。今日が冷めました。これで満足？いって。
Erika grumpily punched the arms of Donna Knowles that was restraining her.
There's metal there. That was not a good idea.
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be smart?
However, that cold, hard, marble-like arm just made Erika's hand hurt.
Oh, it's marble? Okay. Even worse.
外交官特権、この勝負はもうおしまい。
金系外交官特権了承する者なり。
Thank you, Gertrude.
意図大人げない戦いと知りたまう者なり。
Thank you, Cornelia.
何か言いました？
I love Cornelia.
Did you say something she did not?
引き上げましょう。マリア教など、所詮はエリカ教の敵ではありません。この程度の雑魚、見逃したとで問題はありますまい。
そうですね。子供の夢を引き裂くなんて、私も随分と大人げないことしちゃったものです。本当にごめんなさい。私にしては。
Sure.
お詫びします。行きましょう。
Erika's group turned their backs on Maria, who was still crouching down limply. However, as detectives in film mysteries have always done in the past, Erika clapped her hands, stopped, and turned around.
そうそう、いかがです？
Yeah, fuck you.
ただカップが伏せてあるだけで、フルドエリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。
Was this really necessary?
いかがです皆様方。
Erika's merciless words gouged themselves into Maria's heart once more. The voice actress was too good for this
It
role.
wasn't paid enough, honestly.
Erika left, leaving an evil laugh behind her.
Honestly, I think Erika's VA is one of the best of the game. Probably.
Absolutely. 100%. Her and Beatrice can just shake hands to me.
Yeah. Honestly, even Kinzo, because you need to have a
Even
good
Kinzo,
set
of course.
of lungs to scream like that.
Yeah, but the vocal range that they have, because they
No.
both stay quite in the same voice, but both Beatrice and Erika
They have
such different inflections.
Yeah,
they speak,
they have a huge
it's amazing.
vocal range. Yes, honestly,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
And Kinzo got more or less the same vocal range, but he's doing that so good. It's not like he changes way he speaks or anything like that, and it doesn't make any sense for Kinzo to change way of speaking for what we've seen right now. It's good like that, but what I've seen is like his voice is very iconic, and also, dude, find me someone that screams like that, because really.
After bowing to Maria and Sakutaro, Doran also left too. Gertrude and Cornelia followed suit. After that, only Maria and Sakutaro were left in the lonely Golden Land. It's raining!
Every time.
ベアトは魔女だもん。
ウリュウ、ベアトは魔女だよ。
魔法だもん。魔法だもん。
魔法だよ。ベアトは魔法でマリアにキャンディーをくれたんだよ。疑わなくていいんだよ。ウリュウ、ベアトを信じてあげて。魔法は信じなくちゃ実らないってマリアは知ってるよ。
Good job, Erika. You made a kid cry.
In the middle of an ice-cold drizzle, which had started falling at some point, Maria sobbed. Trying to at least protect her from the rain, Sakutaro used his large sleeves to cover Maria's head.
Oh.
And stayed there by her side. Fuck you,
さあ、行こうマリア。
As usual.
上の部屋で一緒にトランプでもしよう。
エリカさん、僕は今のやりとりはあまり大人として尊敬できないね。
Thank you.
どうもすみません。私もまだ子供なもので。
Yeah, whenever the
Not
fuck you
sure.
want.
After seeing that wonderful candy magic brutally insulted by Erika, Maria had been crying this whole time.
食後のクイズ大会の時から感じてたが、お前、性格悪すぎだぜ。楽しいか？
Real.
小さい子の夢、ずったずたに引き裂いて楽しいかよ。
バトラ様もおやめください。
No, don't stop, Butler.
どうか私に免じて、この場はこれ以上はお控えください。
For Shannon's sake?
お願いいたします。
Shannon, who had been looking flustered, bowed her head deeply and implored Butler to stop. Giorgio, who didn't want Shannon pressured, fell in line.
行こう。また今年も僕たちはいとこ部屋で過ごそうよ。テレビを見たり、トランプをしたりして遊ぼう。
エリカさんの部屋用意があるそうだから。シャノン、案内してあげて。
まだ結構です。私はもう少しここでのんびりすることにします。
Erika,
余韻
take
を
the
楽し
hint.
みたいので。
They don't want you here, girl.
何の余韻だよ。
Butler and the others could no longer hide their irritation. They had no obligation to entertain their uninvited guest any further than this. Erika herself understood perfectly well that no place would welcome a detective. Butler and the others wanted to leave, and Erika wanted to stay. Neither had any desire to stop the other. Jessica urged Maria, who was still crying, to come along. Then Maria stopped and spun around.
Hmm?
何か
What? Okay.
たまにい
Unexpected.
るんだよ。魔法を信じない毒素の塊みたいな人間が。私のクラスにもお前みたいな男子がいくらでもいるよ。魔女も魔法も奇跡も幸せも何も信じない。そんな程度の奴らの毒素に焼かれて灰になっちゃうようじゃ魔女になんかはなれないね。マリアはこう見えてもベアトリーチェの弟子、原初の魔女見習いなんだから。
Maria, who had been sobbing just a second ago, seemed to have transformed into an entirely different person. She laughed, no, cackled eerily. Butler's group stiffened up at this sudden change, but Erika was watching calmly. Then she smiled and gave a small nod in response.
相性は悪くないです。おやすみなさい。ミス・マリア、次はもっと手応えのあるゲームで戦いましょう。
そうだね、そうしようね。
マリアをよそって。
Okay.
行こう行こ
シャノンちゃんもどう？よかったら一緒にトランプ。
Please calm, Shan.
ほんの一戦でもいいから付き合ってくれよ。厄払いになるぜ。
あ
Well, she's not saying
じゃあ
no.
ちょっとだけ。
Shannon couldn't remain in this suffocating lounge any longer either. In part apologetic and in part trying to escape, she followed after Butler's group. After that, Erika was the only one left in the lounge. Still wearing a thin smile, she tapped a glass with her finger. There was a light
Chink.
chink. A surprisingly boring sound. Even so, Erika wore a thin smile, as though pleased.
お待たせしました。お風呂に入っておりまして。おや、皆様方は？
Oh.
入れ替わりですね。ついさっき2階へ上がりました。あなたを呼んだのは私です。何でも悪事記島の話や森の魔女の話などにも詳しいとか。
ええ、まあ。たわいもない話ですが。
たわいなくて大いに結構です。湯上がりに一杯いかがで？私もたまにはサービスくらいしますので。
Every now and then.
Erika stood up, opened the refrigerator behind the counter, and put ice into an ice pail.
Okay, she probably wants to know all the stories to destroy them, of
Everything,
course. Yeah. I wonder who the lovers are. I really, really wonder.
ずいぶん変わった子だね。最近の若い子とはどうも相性が良くないよ。
Too much TikTok.
ジョージさんだってお若いですよ。
いとこで最年長ということもあってついついいつも自分がもう若くないって気持ちになっちゃって。
George and Shannon could be seen surrounded by the rainy rose garden. Though the rain was still pouring down, there was hardly any wind at all. The scant protection provided by the arbor was more than enough to house this secret meeting between lovers. Following that fight with Erika, the group had decided to play some cards for a change of pace. When that was over, Shannon returned to the servant room. And shortly after that, George left the room as well to meet Shannon here at the time they had arranged.
Yeah, as usual.
エリカさんくらいのお年の方が一番自分自身との付き合い方が難しいと思います。
そうだね。子供という殻を打ち破りたくて、あたり構わずくちばしを打ちつけるお年頃だね。それを打ち破れて、ようやく大きく羽ばたくことができる。僕もそうだったよ。かつてまだ殻の中にいた時の自分は情けなくひ弱な、まるで尊敬できない男だ。
Whoa, dude, calm down, man.
Sorry, I'm reading this and in my mind there's Inako. It's still too fresh.
Yeah, but I mean, I wonder who wrote that.
I wonder, yeah.
そんなことはありません。
いや、いいんだ。自分でも分かってる。かつての僕はいとこの中で最年長ではあっても、いつもぼんやりしているうだつの上がらない男だったよ。それは何もいとこの中だけの話じゃない。家でも学校でも全てでそうだったさ。
I hated being like that. I wanted to break that shell and become a splendid adult like mother and father.
Father, okay. Mother,
Mother, maybe with a little bit less edge.
I reconsider that, please, George, because I don't know.
でもジョージ様はそれを打ち破られました。この数年のジョージ様は毎年出会うたびに道があるようでした。
ありがとう。
何かきっかけがあったんですか？
殻を破る。
I wonder.
はい、あれほどのまるでさなぎを経て蝶になるかのようにただ漫然と日々を過ごしていて、それを迎えられたとは思いません。
Maybe it's someone's fault.
それだけの大きな決意をされる何かきっかけがあったに違いないと思いまして。
君に惚れて愛の力で成長した。
Oh, okay, very, okay, very, very explicitly saying it. Okay, good job.
本当はもっとネガティブな感情からだったんだ。
そんないつも明るく朗らかでおられるジョージさんにネガティブな感情なんて。
僕はね、両親に女性は大切にしろと教えられてきたんだ。そしてそれを実践してきたつもりだったよ。
はい、とても紳士的で素晴らしいと思います。
本当は違う。
ん？
異性とどう接していけばいいかわからなくて、過度に神格化して恐れて、紳士的なレディーファーストを装いながら、僕は女の子との交流に多分恐怖さえ覚えていた。
Of course, Georgia wanted to be around girls as much as any other boy might. However, he didn't know how to interact with them.
I mean, it's kind of normal.
He wanted to act like a gentleman, avoid being disliked by them, and treat them with care. Of those feelings, only the words treat girls well took precedence, blossoming into a subconscious fear
Oh, okay.
of women.
そんな男を紳士的な奥手な男と呼ぶんだろうね。とんでもない。ただの臆病者さ。そのくせ、自分はこんなにも紳士的なのに、どうして彼女ができないのかと、最後には世間の女性は全て男を見る目がないなんて勝手に決めつけ、これが本当の情けない男ってもんさ。
How many years ago was it when I noticed? It started when I was in middle school. At the time, I assumed that I was obviously the most gentlemanly of the cousins, so I would obviously be popular with women. However, reality was completely different. At school, I was pretty much completely hopeless. Far from being a leader, I was the bullied kid who got pushed around by everyone. At the time, I figured I was just a capable and adaptable man who could keep in perfect tune with his surroundings. How stupid. Sure, I might have gained some measure of trust from girls. However, not only was there no one who would become my girlfriend, I didn't even know any girls I could call friend.
そりゃそうさ、レディーファーストと称していつも後ろへ下がる男だよ。そんな後ろ向きな牽引力のない男の背中についていこうなんて。
I see.
滑稽だね。それに気づかず、自分はさぞや魅力的な男子に違いないなんて思ってる。
It's because it was like over exaggerating that trait, basically.
その気持ちちょっぴりわかります。自分が異性に魅力的に見てもらいたい、必ず思った通りの結果を導くとは限りませんから。
へえ、シャノンにもそういう経験が？
No.
もちろんです。私だって男の子の気を引きたくてできもしないお化粧をして恥をかいたり恥ずかしい失敗の思い出がたくさんあります。
そんなうぬぼれた僕の目を覚ましてくれたのがシャノン。いや、君たちだった。
どんなきっかけがジョージさんに訪れたんですか？
嫉妬かな。
意外です。でも何に？
君とバトラ君がとても楽しそうに話しているのを見て、僕は嫉妬した。
私がバトラ様と
Shannon raced through her memories, trying to find a conversation that might have made George envious.
君たちにとっては他愛ない会話だったに違いないよ。でも僕はそれにここからの話はバトラ君には絶対に内緒にしてほしい。約束できる？
もちろんです。
みすぼらしい僕の懺悔さ。でも聞いてほしい。
Is it because it was like talking to her normally and he wasn't able to do it? I mean, but we know how Butler is. Butler could probably talk even with a wall, so yeah. And probably George couldn't bear himself of doing something like that. I mean, it could be.
今夜は僕の悪い部分も知ってくれた上で君に返事をもらいたいことがあるから。
聞かせてください。
With a smile but a serious look in her eyes, Shannon nodded. Tonight. She knew what he was going to ask her tonight.
We all knew it.
George had the right to confess before asking that sacred question, and Shannon had the obligation to listen. Shannon understood this, so she listened quietly.
感激の魔女ってずいぶん趣味の悪い魔女なのね。
I love Angel so much.
AJ really with the spite. Whatever. How long were you keeping this phrase inside you, AJ?
Yes.
恋を語る話は時を超えて尊い。いくら聞いても飽きぬでな。もっとも私にはエンジェの乙女らしい嫌悪の表情の方が愉快である。
I wonder also now that I don't know why I'm looking at it right now, but Feathering got the medal just like Sakutaro. You know, the thing with the medal?
Yeah, the thing with the medal, but it's different.
Yeah, of course.
Hers is from a very long time ago, when she was like the queen of everything.
Yeah.
The most important witch ever, kinda. And Sakutaro is just a symbol of the alliance, so as an ambassador.
Yeah.
he has immunity. Yeah, that's a symbol of immunity. Feathery laughed quietly. Angie huffed and looked away.
Of course. Never take a compliment, girl. Never.
I feel you. But she quickly realized that this would only entertain Featherin even more, so she tried to act unconcerned.
Of course.
バトラ君もジェシカちゃんも昔から快活だね。いや、そんな言い方は取り繕ってる。だからこう言うよ。
George looked up at where the moon should be, high above the rain clouds, and spoke. They were honest words, spoken from George's meek heart.
僕は昔からバトラ君もジェシカちゃんも礼儀に欠けた子だと思ってる。もっとダイレクトに言おう。言葉遣いの下品な子たちだなとさえ思っていたよ。本当さ、軽蔑してくれていい。
しません。人は何を胸中に思おうと許されます。
But I could see it though, because if you grew up, and this is probably what I told him until the day, from the day he was born, yeah, you have to be like this, you have to be like that, or else you're not good. And if you see someone else that it doesn't do it, you think, oh wait, they're not good, so yeah, they're bad-mannered and stuff like that. I mean, it's not even his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
むしろ態度に出さなかったジョージさんは立派です。
ありがとう。
There we go.
僕はそんな彼らを内心、それに比べて僕はなんと立派で紳士的魅力にあふれているかと本気でうぬぼれていたさ。
I was at that age when having a girlfriend felt like a necessary condition for becoming a real man. I truly believed that no girl could fail to admire a gentleman who treated girls as well as I did. So I really did assume that the girls I knew were attracted to me.
それに比べたらいつまでもはしゃいだりふざけたり、下品で低俗な言葉遣いばかりしているバトラ君やジェシカちゃんなんか、それがいつまでたっても彼女ができない自分への精神安定剤だったのかもしれない。とんでもない。彼らは僕に劣ってなんかいない。むしろ異性を勝手に神格化してレディーファーストと称して恐れて避ける僕の方がよっぽど劣っていた。
バトラもジェシカも昔からああいう性分だった。確かにそやで紳士的、淑女的とは到底言えなかっただろう。しかし男女を分け隔てなく交流できる力があった。いや、魅力と言っていいかもしれない。
ちょっとわかるわ。お兄ちゃんやジェシカお姉ちゃんみたいなタイプの人って男女問わず
Yeah, exactly what I was saying earlier.
ジョージお兄ちゃんには悪いけど、あまり紳士を振りかざしすぎる人ってちょっと気持ち悪いわ。
Yeah, and also there's that guys who try too hard to act like gentlemen. They turn out to be a little bit creepy. Yeah, I could understand that.
人は無縁であるなら、相手が無害で退屈な人間であることを尊ぶ。しかしそれは邪魔にならないという意味で好まれているだけだ。退屈な人間を身近にしたいと願う人間などいるわけもない。
当然よ。動かず物も言わぬ電信柱と友達になろうというバカはいないわ。
Unspeaking telephone pole.
動かず物を言わないのは電信柱としては優秀だわ。
そういうことだ。ジョージはつまりいくら自分が優秀であっても魅力ある人間としてただの電信柱扱いであることにようやく気づいた。
僕は当時うぬぼれの真っ盛りだった。だから親族会議でみんなで一番魅力的なのは僕で、それに混じって遊んでくれた使用人の女の子はみんな。
Oh, okay. Very modest, I see.
それがあの日、僕はそこでようやく
But I mean, probably Eva kept telling kept telling him stuff like that. My sweet perfect boy who is so good and perfect and stuff. I mean, after if your mother says something like that all the time, at a certain point you believe it. You believe that is true.
Yeah.
I can see that.
私が当時何か心ないことを言ってしまったのでしょうか。
いいや、逆さ。君は何も言わなかった。
Oh.
君の瞳に映っているのは常に僕だといううぬぼれが。
Oh, the moment she was speaking with Butler, he understood. Okay.
Just when did it start? No, it must have started long before then. I only failed to notice because my eyes were clouded with conceit.
ある日、唐突に気づいたんだ。君たちがバトラ君やジェシカちゃんと僕なんかよりはるかによく馴染んで楽しそうに遊んでいることに。
Yes. Those two, whom I had looked down upon so much, were radiating far more charm than I was.
Yeah.
You really looked like you were enjoying yourself that day. The look on your face was far brighter than any you ever showed me.
気色悪い話さ。僕は君を勝手に僕に好意をひょっとしたら異性の付き合いになってもいいかななんて。それを勝手に恋人を奪われた気持ちになって勝手に傷ついてる。どこまでも僕はダメな男。
What kind of movie were you having in your head, dude?
その時ようやく僕は自分の愚かさに気づけたんだ。
ジョージ様。
その後バトラ君はいろいろあって親族会議に来なくなったけど、ルドルフおじさんから彼の近況は聞いていたよ。おじさんも可愛い人だね。バトラ君とあんなにいつも喧嘩をしているのに、バトラ君の近況を常に気にかけていた。
そうですね。私も聞かせてもらったことがあります。アスム様も呆れておられましたっけ。学校では大層女性に人気でトラブルが絶えないのはきっとルドルフ様の血のせいに違いないと。
Real.
そしてジェシカちゃんも男女の友達を大勢作っていつもその中心で活躍していると聞いていたし、実際ジェシカちゃんと話してもそれは何の誇張でもないと。
That experience had shown that the two I had looked down upon were much more attractive human beings than I was.
最初はね、バトラ君たちを真似ようと思ったんだ。滑稽な話さ。ふざけたりはしゃいだり下品な会話を好めば彼らのような魅力が得られると思い込んだ。
ジョージ様がですか。ちょっと想像できません。
痛々しかったよ。僕もあの頃のことは生涯思い出したくない。そしてそんなことを真似ても真の魅力は宿らないと。僕に魅力がないのは場の雰囲気に合わせて振る舞えると称したりしていつも一歩逃げている自分の臆病さにあったんだ。僕はそれを克服するために生まれ変わる決意をしたよ。初めて自分の殻というものを理解し、それを打ち破ろうと誓ったんだ。その意志がくじけそうになるたびにあの日のことを思い出して、君たちが僕を忘れて楽しそうに遊んでいたあの日、そして僕に好意があると決めつけている君の瞳に僕が誓ったんだよ。今度こそ本当に君を振り向かせてその瞳に僕を映してやり、それが実は君に恋をした一番最初の感情。
複雑だったんですね。
あの日僕を無視して遊んでいた君たち、いや君への復讐がいつの間にか本当の恋心に変わっていったんだ。しかし神に誓うよ、それが 君のことを真剣に考え出したきっかけだとしても、僕が今君に持つ気持ちには何の偽りもない。僕は君を生涯愛することを誓う。それは誰にも何にも偽らない。そして君を妻として迎えるために、僕には世界を敵に回すことだって厭わない覚悟がある。
ジョージさん。
以上が君に先にしておきたい懺悔さ。僕は今日まで君のことを初恋で一目ぼれ、それは嘘なんだ。うぼれた僕の歪んだ。
関係ないです。
Shannon smiled, but she spoke forcefully enough to interrupt George's words.
Yeah, are you good?
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
初恋じゃ
crying.
なかったら結ばれちゃいけないんですか？初恋の人を忘れたらそれは裏切りなんですか？恋ってそんな単純じゃない。いえ、単純かもしれない。だって恋なんて簡単。常に今の自分の正直な気持ちだけが正解なのだから。だから昔の話も馴れ初めも何も関係ないんです。
懺悔沈んだったかな。
いいえ、何事も完璧なジョージさんにも人間臭い一面があることが分かってちょっと嬉しかったです。そしてそれを私だけに打ち明けてくれることに。
ありがとう。僕は君がいたから僕になれた。
私もジョージさんがいるから私でいるのです。だから包み隠さず教えてください。私たちはどんな夫婦になってどんな未来を築くのですか？
僕は君という妻を得て父さんを超える実業家になる。そして様々な挑戦や冒険を経て自分の可能性の限界を確かめたい。その到達点の頂に君と一緒に至りたいんだ。
A little bit selfish if you ask me, but okay.
そこからの眺めは僕以外の誰にも見せられないものになる。
Okay.
楽しそうです。どこまでもお供します。
もちろん実業家としての冒険だけじゃない。夫婦でしか気づけないものもたくさん積み上
Oh,
げて。
okay. That's better already.
それはどんなものですか？
子供を作ろう。
はい、旦那様。
Ooh.
最低3人は作りたい。
What the heck? There are so many.
男の子も女の子も両方欲しい。
もし3人とも男の子だったら。
次こそ女の子かもね。4人目を作ろう。
Okay.
何人いてもいい。子育てという冒険も2人で楽しもう。そしてやがては巣立った子供たちが孫を連れて帰ってくる。気づけば僕たちは大勢の子供と孫に囲まれた賑やかな老後を迎えてるだろうね。
楽しそうです。ジョージさん、どんなおじいちゃんになってるんでしょうね。
君こそどんなおばあちゃんになってるんだろうね。でも僕は君を変わらず愛し続けるよ。そして大勢の家族に見守られながら王女をできたら僕たちの人生は誰にも負けないものとして。
George, George,
You good? Want me to read?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. George didn't just talk about this love in the present. He swore to love her soul until the final moment, when the lids of their coffins would be shut. Then George took a small box out of his
Oh,
pocket.
of course.
Even without opening it, she knew what was inside.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
He took it out with an emotion that was more natural than even than the one he had practiced in the bathroom at the airport. And it was overflowing with charm.
さよ。
はい。
結婚しよう。
はい。
この指輪をどうかその指に通してほしい。
はい、ジョージさん。
That ring, which glistened divinely even in the dim light of the arbor, passed from George's hand to Shannon's finger. Of course, Shannon had already decided which finger to put it on.
僕と君の未来を阻もうとするすべての運命に、僕は
It's a little
毅然
bit.
と立ち向かうことを誓う。
It's a little bit different because there's no. If you put it on that finger, I know that's a yes. If not, you know, it's not.
Yeah, she's not wavering.
Yeah.
She already knew.
Yeah.
She already decided, so there's
But
no
I mean,
point.
we know that she knows about the loop, so that's probably why. Could it be? I don't know.
Maybe, or maybe these loops Shannon just
says yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Canon and Shannon knows because we have seen it in chapter, was it 4, 3? I think it was.
I think it was 5. I think it was 5.
When they're
Beginning
in
of
prison.
chapter 5.
Which one was it?
Oh no, 4.
4.
Then if they were in prison, it was chapter 4.
Yeah, they said, oh yeah, they were talking like they knew about the loops and stuff in the
But
prison, if I recall.
That was Beatrice's game. This is no longer Beatrice's game.
Yeah, but still,
So we don't know.
why wouldn't they know at this point?
Because Butler said so. I don't know.
Could be, but still.
Anyway, she knew, she had already decided here.
Yeah.
George proclaimed that he would reveal their engagement to the entire family on the next day.
僕たちの結婚に両親はとやかく言うかもしれ
But
ない。
mostly your mother, but okay.
でも僕はそれを許さない。
Let's rephrase that. Your mother will definitely criticize this manager. Because I don't think Hideyoshi really cares about that. I don't think, honestly.
僕が親にするのは婚約の報告であって認めてもらいたいわけじゃない。
Oh,
もし
okay.
母さんが君との結婚を許さないと言い出すなら僕は自ら感動を申し出て君と家を出るつもりだよ。僕にはその覚悟がとっくにあるんだ。僕たちの未来を阻むすべての運命に僕は毅然と立ち向かうことを。
George had said it out loud. So Shannon said the same thing.
私も私とジョージさんの未来を阻もうとする運命に
Oh no.
Something horrible is gonna happen to them, isn't it?
バトラさん、いつ事件が始まるんです？
Shut up, girl.
もう恋愛ごっこお腹いっぱいなんです。
Sucks to be you, Erika.
Sucks to be hated by everyone, I know.
黙って見ていろ。
はい。
Thank you.
私があくびでもした隙に何かとんでもない伏線を通過されたらたまりませんから。
Uh-huh.
愛はないのか。
No, it's clear she doesn't.
No.
愛が証拠として受理されるミステリーってありませんから。
Erika laughed coldly and stared down at the two on the game board. Butler watched her quietly. Erika thought she felt a touch of pity in his gaze, and she averted her eyes uncomfortably.
Real.
一応理解はしてますとも愛が殺人の動機程度にはなり得
Oh, that's it? Okay.
一応この東屋での出来事は2人の婚約に障害が生じた場合犯行の動機となり得る程度には解釈しとこうと思います。まあ赤くない言葉でいくら愛をささやこうとも全ては幻ですが
かわいそうにな。
Yep.
お前は魔女に証拠が与えられなかったら人も愛せないんだな。
くだらない恋愛トークはやめてください。私はあんたの敵であって恋の話に付き合う酔狂な友人ではありませんから。私には今のあんたがさっぱりわかりません。一体 あんたは何あんたとベアとは罵り合い殺し合う関係だったはず。
Mm-hmm.
そのあんたが何の真相に至ってベアトに対する感情を変えたんですか？まさか殺し合うライバル関係から恋愛感情が芽生えたとかバカなこと言い出さないですよね。
No, it's probably happened earlier and Batak was too dumb to realize, honestly.
Honestly.
The real explanation is gonna be Batak was too dumb to realize that she knew Beatrice and yeah.
エリカ卿、ゲームの進行を続けさせましょう。退屈な恋愛シーンなどとっとと終わらせるに限ります。
ほんとそうですね。口を挟んで失礼。ささ、どうぞ続け。
Okay, we know your point of view of love, Erika, now.
シャノンです。戻りました。
Is that why she cannot see magic? You're doing that face again.
God damn it!
The moment I asked, you did that face so much. So yeah. I mean, the thing is, without love, it cannot be seen. So yeah. You're still doing that face.
Can I ask you if I can take a break and go get some water, please?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
So maybe I can wipe this face off my face. I'll be right back.
Let me tell you, that face is pretty obvious. It's very readable.
I am readable.
Yeah, as a book.
Yeah, 100%. I hate lying, and this is suffering. This is just suffering because I can only keep my mouth shut, and I'm not doing a very good job at that either.
But I mean, some stuff is pretty clear in my opinion. But yeah, right, this one is pretty clear.
I was doing a better job in questions, to be honest, but in questions it was way easier.
But question got nothing to talk about, basically, most of the time. So yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back, sorry.
Yeah, go get water. She's readable as a book, honestly. But yeah. If you know her even a little bit, you can read her as a book. As a book. It's something. I'm honestly thinking that something horrible is gonna happen to George and Shannon this time, but them dying is a little bit too obvious. One of them dying or stuff like that. So I wonder what is gonna happen. We've seen that happen already, that's what I mean. So if that's not gonna happen, are they not gonna be in love anymore? I think they're gonna be separate, the two that are close this time again. But I wonder. I think something different is gonna happen. But I don't know what. One of them dying could be, or both, would be too obvious this time. I think we've seen that happen with Jessica and Canon. We've seen it happen with these two. Was there a chapter where they both died? Chapter 1, only Shannon died at the beginning. Chapter 2, I do not remember. I have to be honest. The chapter with Jessica and and Canon killed by Beatrice at the same time. I think it was 3. Was it 3? I think it was 3. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was 3. The only thing that... Oh no, that could be... Because I was thinking when, at the moment where George and Gab... George fought with Gab and Jessica fought with Renove. And how would you explain that without magic? Yeah, I mean, it's all written, so not everything that happened is supposed to be true. They've just been found in a certain position. That doesn't mean that's what happened. I wonder if there's gonna be a chapter where we see what happened in an objective way without magic and stuff. But I don't think so, because that would ruin the entire thing, probably. This water is very distant from Offie, let me tell you. She went on the mountain to take it. Oh, okay, she's back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
The problem was I was so thirsty that I drank all of the water and I had to go back and take it again.
That's okay, don't worry. I was thinking where you were, I was saying and thinking where you were gone that something horrible is gonna happen to these two this time, and I mean George and Shannon, of course, because I mean after all that talking and George saying, "Oh yeah, I really love you because of that," and I mean it's like that's like as big as a house, so yeah.
What are those? Can you eat them?
Yeah. So what I mean is, what I thought though is, I don't think it's gonna be as simple as one of them dies or both of them dies, or separate the two that are close thing. I don't think it's gonna be that simple. But at the same time, I have no idea what it could be. And you're doing the face again. Look at that.
Oh, but I already told you what this chapter is about before.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't explain much though. Even if it is the chapter about love, it doesn't explain much. I think something horrible is gonna happen to them. What is different?
There's gonna be a bunch of amazing scenes. A bunch of amazing scenes.
I
can promise.
I thought about something, but I don't think this is the case.
Would you like to try and say it?
They kill each other, but it's not how, why. After all this talking and that, it cannot be possible. That's the face. It's that one that you're doing right now. That exact one. But what I mean is maybe involuntarily they kill each other. That could be. That I could see happen. They made them do things and they involuntarily kill each other, or one of them kill the other. That I could see happen. And then regret and anger and all of that comes after. Yeah, that I could see happen. How? No idea. When? Very soon.
It's so hard to hide my expression right now. I'm doing faces not to let anything show.
That I could see happen, but I don't know how, when, or why. But I don't think it's gonna be on purpose. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the proof. This is the thing you have to do, and one of them kill the other probably. It's gonna be something. I don't know what. I don't know what. I don't know why. Probably magic is gonna be involved and stuff like that. But there's gonna be a thing that they have to do, and doing the thing wrong or good, kill the other one. Ah,
Would you like to continue?
yeah,
reading?
yeah.
今日の日誌はまだだな。
はい、すぐに提出します。カノン君、留守番をありがとう。
Did you close that window that always open?
長い休み時間だったね。
I wonder what we were doing.
Kano had already noticed. There was a silvery gleam coming from the ring finger on Shannon's left hand.
では、私は先
Probably
に
even Genji noticed, but it's not saying anything as well.
何かあったら構わず起こすように。
おやすみなさいませ、源氏様。
Genji disappeared off to the waiting room. After that, only Shannon and Kano
時
remained.
間をくれてありがとう。あとは私が控えてるから、カノン君ももう休んでもいいよ。
今度は僕の手番ってことだね。
悪いけど、私たちは負けないよ。
僕だって負けるものか。
今日まで臆病で、お嬢様にリードしてもらわなければ何もできなかった君。
姉さんが教えてくれたはずだよ。
何を教えたかな。
恋に昔も過去も関係
Of his suffering so much because she knows already what's gonna happen. Something horrible.
今だけが重要なんだって。もしそれが本当なら、僕の今は姉さんの今に何も負けてるなんて思わない。
Shannon and Canon glared at each other with serious eyes. The period of tension vanished when Shannon chuckled.
それでいいよ。君とお嬢様も頑張って。もしも結ばれるな
Piano
ら
in the background.
The piano is not paid enough.
私たちが心の底から祝福できるくらいに素敵な関係になって。
姉さんにかなりのリードを許してるけどね。
仕方ないよ。それが君のこれまでの臆病の対価なんだから。
分かってる。それが僕の罪だから。
Shannon and Canon fished around in their pockets and drew out two small rings that glittered gold. They look like the left and right wings of a gold butterfly. Drew? Oh, okay.
私たちは家具、人間になって愛を育む奇跡を得るには、もう一度魔法の奇跡を頼らなくてはならない。
あいつのブローチが役に立つなんて。
私たちの手元にある。
It was a golden butterfly brooch, which Beatrice had once given to Shannon in the hopes of creating love between her and George. Shannon had given it to Canon, but he had let his emotion get hold of him and crushed it into pieces. So when the two wings they held were brought together, it would regain the form of a beautiful butterfly.
じゃあ行ってくる。
Oh, they bought. Oh my god, I kind of smile. It's kind of strange. They bought a piece of the brooch.
One half of the brooch.
One half of the brooch, yeah.
僕もトランプに一応呼ばれてたからね。
頑張ってね、お嬢様。きっと喜ぶと思う。
少し照れるな。
楽しんで、その感情を。
Canon left the serpent room. He went to go see Jessica and tell her what he had determined to do. Shannon quietly watched him go. The fragment of the brooch and the engagement ring left out a gold and silver glint.
懐かしいぞ。あれは確かにわらわがシャノンに。
Wait, how she's here now? Isn't she in the past?
カノンが踏みつぶして以来、どこへ紛失したかと思っていたら、まだ持っていたのか。
黄金蝶のブローチですね。
How are they here? They were like 2 hours earlier, at least.
Yes.
What happened?
Magic. No, wait.
恋愛を助ける魔法の
They're
ブロ
following
ーチと
narration.
フェザリーヌさんの本で読みました。
And that had been the first moment that Beatrice, Witch of the Forest, had met with a human and given them her power. Bit by bit, she had ascended from a mere ghost to the ruler of the mansion at night, and by making the servant believe in her, she had wiped away the anti-magic power. There's one thing that I do not understand. If I have to go full power with the human explanation, Beatrice is not real and is based on the Akiji whatever Akujikijima spirit of the island. How? Who the heck Shannon meet to get that brooch? Was it all in her head? Or did she actually bet someone? And the brooch, what the heck? Where does it come out? Where does it come from?
Maybe it's something that she found when...
It could be something that she found...
The temple?
Could be... But a butterfly in all of that? And all of the thing with the bar... Maybe the butterfly came after the brooch. Because we know it was some years earlier. Maybe the butterfly wasn't a thing already. And it became a thing after the brooch. Could be. And then it eventually became possible for her to appear openly in front of Shannon, whose magic resistance had grown particularly low and who had begun to believe in the existence of Beatrice. To Beato, who had been unable to interact with anyone for many years, this conversation with Shannon must have been especially fun.
だから気前よく黄金蝶のブローチを与えてやったのだ。わらわは相当上機嫌であったのだな。わらわのごとき冷酷な魔女がそこまでサービスをするとは。でも素敵です。あなたは未来の恋人たちの仲を取り持たれたのですから。もちろん甘やかしたつもりはないぞ。わらわの魔力を抑えつけてきたあの肉々しい霊境を割ることと引き換えだ。そのおかげでわらわは一気に力を取り戻すことができたのだから。
しかしある夜、紫の雷が真珠の社を打ち砕いた。
Oh, okay.
島々の者たちは協調だとささやき合いました。今思えば、あれこそがベアトリーチェ様復活の印だったに違いありません。
Once I had the rest of the night off, so she had let Erika talk her into drinking a bit, and was chatting about the legend of Akujikijima and Beatrice in a happy, tipsy mood. Erika would knock from time to time, but she listened very closely. She wasn't actually taking notes, but she was gathering the information on the whiteboard inside her head. Then she frowned, as though noticing something out of place, and held up her hand.
ちょっとストップを。
はい。
その鎮守の社は悪食島の悪霊を封じるために旅の修験者が建立した。
Yeah.
そうでしたね。
ええ、そうでございます。強い神通力をお持ちだったということで、その力を鏡に込め、
霊境として社に奉納し、悪霊を封印した。少し違和感を覚えます。悪食島の悪霊を封印する社がどうしてベアトリーチェも封印するんです？
I mean, any evil can get the mirror to trap spirit is a common thing in many different cultures, even even the West.
はあ、 それはその霊境の神通力が。
なるほど。
It's very hard to do it at the same time.
東洋の悪霊も西洋の魔女も OK の便利な霊境だったからというわけですか。
Sorry, some of the beats are too good.
No, no, that's okay. I
It's
understand.
disgusting.
I completely understand. It's a really convenient secret mirror works on both evil like East and witches from the West. Honestly, mirrors and legends like that and stuff like that, it's a common thing even in the West. Because like, I don't know if you know, but there's like this myth of trapping ghosts in mirrors.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, mirror has always been as a thing where evil spirit can gather and stuff like that, you know. Mirror has always been seen as something magical or that can trap magic.
わかりました。すっきりはしませんが、そこは折れることにしましょう。しかし、どうしてベアトリーチェが雲の巣も嫌うのかわかりません。
Because she's a butterfly. According to the legend, the evil spirit of Akujikijima despised spiderweb, so they were apparently used as words against evil on the island around here.
Maybe you can divide the word into two and say Akuji Kijima.
Akuji Kijima. Okay, but because I know Aku as a word. Akuji is another word. It's different because Aku is evil spirit. What does G adds to the thing?
Oh god. I think it's Jiki, not G by itself. I think it's Jiki. Let me see.
I'll read in the
You
meantime.
can continue if you want in the yeah.
Actually, spiders are a useful bug. The farmer on the island may well as treasure them. It's very possible the farmer called them words against evil, tying them to the stories about evil spirits, in order to create a tradition of people treating this useful bug with care through the generation. Yeah, I mean, but spiders are very useful in like cultivation and stuff because they only eat other bugs, and they do not ruin plants and stuff. So if you have spiders, you can be pretty sure that your plants are gonna be safe from getting eaten by other type of bugs. So that's probably where the Akujikijima legend comes from, and it's kind of normal because most of the deity or spirits legend comes from stuff like that. That makes sense.
Apparently, Akujiki is a thing by itself.
And means? What does that mean?
Like eating evil or something like that. Apparently, it's related to Buddhism.
Okay, and Jima? What is Jima?
Jima is an island.
Ah, it's an island?
Jima is just the island, yeah.
Okay.
It's like the island of evil.
The island of eating evil?
It's something evil.
Maybe it's like the evil spirit of the island, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean it's an island. It's an island of evil of some kind.
The evil eating spirit of the island, something like that. Could it be the spirit that eats evil and is also evil,
no,
and it's from the island? No. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that much.
Yeah, but an evil spirit eating evil who is also evil. Sorry.
Who's also evil? Yeah, I mean.
It's an island of evil.
Un castello di paglia dove uomini di paglia bevono paglia. Chiaro.
Bevono paglia. Of course. It's the island of evil.
The island
like
of
the
evil.
daughter of evil and the island of evil.
Okay, yeah, it's something evil, and it's on the island, and it's a spirit.
And it's on the island.
Okay, I agree. That's it.
This has turned into the history of the whole world, I guess.
I asked because I asked because if I can, I don't know if that works for you or other people as well, but if I understand the meaning of pieces of a word, even if it's not my language or a language that I know, I can remember it better. If it has a sense, I can remember kinda better.
I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense. So you can divide it into Akujiki and Jima.
Okay.
そもそもベアトリーチェの魔女伝説の発祥はこの島に引っ越してきた後宮金蔵が
Wow. Did they brought her on the island?
ミステリアスな黄金伝説とそれを授けた魔女という名の愛人を吹聴してから始まったものです。つまり悪食島の悪霊と黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェは本来全く異なる存在のはずなんです。なのに設定が同じになっています。
さてはて。
The evil spirits of Bakuji Kijima couldn't stand spider webs, so neither could Beatrice. That sort of reasoning has been applied all over the place. When it was pointed out that this was strange, Kumasa was lost for an answer.
金蔵さんの書斎のドアノブはサソリの魔法陣が描かれていて、それは西洋魔術では魔除けを意味する。だから西洋魔女のベアトリーチェはドアノブに触れられない。これは理解できるんです。でも雲の巣に限ってはベアトリーチェが嫌う理由がありません。私の知る限りでも西洋魔女の苦手なものに雲の巣があったという記憶はありません。
I wouldn't be too sure, honestly. There could be something about spider webs and spiders and witches, but I don't know in which degree or why.
I'm not sure.
むしろ雲は魔女の仲間や眷属では
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. There's actually very close here. There is like a legend of a witch, and it's a witch of can you say that in English? Is the
you're gonna...
It's the witch of
sorry.
it's the witch of reeds.
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 How do you say that in Italian?
Canne. Il canneto.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I think she was called like 30 canne or like 30 reeds if you translate it. Or something like that. And basically she lived in a field of reeds, hidden by everything. And that's why it probably just an old woman living there, and that's why she became a weed and hated everyone. And that's why it became like some sort of a legend. But yeah, it's a thing that is kind of close of the zone. But yeah. Were you saying? You were saying something, but I interrupted you.
No, I was interrupting you. I like that you're going against Erika no matter what she says.
Because it's Erika, I will always go against her. I don't care if she's on my side.
I know.
思うに悪食島伝説の悪霊と魔女伝説のベアトリーチェ、この2つの異なる伝説が少し混交しているように思います。いいえ、混交どころか融合かもしれません。悪食島伝説は六軒島周辺の暗礁を恐れた漁民たちが生み出したおとり。しかし悪食島に住まう悪霊なる者には具体人なのか怪物なのか、はたまた足のない幽霊なのさっぱりイメージがありません。人はビジュアルを伴わない空想を苦手とします。そこにベアトリーチェという魔女の伝説が登場した。悪霊よりは魔女の方が想像しやすい存在。しかもその上、金蔵さんはベアトリーチェの肖像、つまり 悪食島伝説の一番の弱点、たたる悪霊のビジュアルイメージが初めて保管されたわけです。
Yeah, didn't I say something like that already?
You did.
Because I remember saying stuff like this.
そこからいつの間にか2つの伝説が混じり合っていってしまったのではないでしょうか。
Yeah, but legend mixing together, it's nothing new. There's many stuff like that, even religions, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
どうでございましょうね。
Kurosawa.
Kurosawa, why did you decide to stay with that being?
この老いぼれには少し難しい話にございます。
Kurosawa laughed to smooth it over, wiping away a cold sweat. She might have seemed confused, but she actually did understand what Erika was saying. In truth, she did get a rough understanding of how the legend of Akujikijima, which had been around before Ushinomiya Kinzo had come to Rokkenjima. And the legend of the Golden Witch, the story of the woman who had given Kinzo a vast quantity of gold, had changed over time. She didn't want to admit it, but she knew. Beatrice's backstory, that she hated the spirit mirror and the spider webs, had actually been based on the ancient legend of Akujikijima.
Good job.
Good job, what?
Just you read it just like that.
Oh, yeah. Because you see, now I know what it means. I don't know.
Nice.
It
I mean, it
works.
makes sense.
The evil spirit's part of that legend had just been replaced by the witch of the portrait.
もし黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェを自称する人物がいたとして、彼女が本当に蜘蛛の巣を嫌うのかとぜひ聞いてみたいものです。触れるとどうなるんでしたっけ？
魔女の眷属はやけどを多そうですから、多分そうなるんじゃないかと。
いいじゃないですか。見事な魔女裁判です。蜘蛛の巣に触れてやけどするならば、それは悪霊の方であって魔女ではない。そして触れても何も起こらないのであれば、ただの人間であることの、つまりやけどしようがしなかろうが黄金の魔女など存在しないという証になります。
Okay.
魔女伝説なんて所詮悪食島伝説が装いを変えただけの。ただ伝説がそこにあるだけで、フルドエリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。
Yeah. The moment she lifted up her hands, I knew she was gonna say it.
いかがです？皆様方。
Not only the two of them were in the lounge, Erika facing the direction of an invisible audience would have been if there was one, and shrugged. And to match Erika's imagination, the two of them actually were there, listening in.
蜘蛛の巣で触れるとやけど？
And Beto the Elder snapped their fingers. A graceful silver spider slipped down from the ceiling, hanging by a transparent thread. Afterwards, only a single silver strand remained. Timidly, Beto stretched her finger out towards the spider string, and she touched it.
平気です。
平気なのか？
Beto the Elder lifted up a white pale finger, and after showing it to her little sister, she traced the silver string with it. There was a stench like a single hair being burned. Once again, she held her finger up in front of Beto, who was dumbfounded. There was a thin burn line, as though someone had traced across it with a razor.
これはわらわが聞きたい。どうしてそなたは平気なのか？
わかりません。
Because she's not a witch yet?
むしろ逆に、どうしてお姉様が蜘蛛の巣に触れるとやけどをするのか。
わからぬ。わらわが自らの存在を意識した時から。
では、お姉様は。
Beto hesitated. However, her question was clear.
わらわは悪食島の悪霊などではない。わらわは六軒島の夜を支配する魔女。 どうしてこの島の太古の悪霊と同じ弱点を持つのかは。
苦手なのはクモの巣だけですか？
エリカとやらが言うように、金蔵の書斎のドアノブもダメだ。あのサソリの魔法陣はわらわを焼く。わらわにとって金蔵の書斎の扉を開けようとするのは、そなたはどうか。
サソリの魔法陣ですか？
Little sisters snapped their fingers again. When she did, the surrounding scene bent and twisted, and they had suddenly moved to the place in front of Kinzo's study. And there was the doorknob engraved with the scorpion magic circle.
魔術を研究するものならば、人的にも霊的にも隔絶された隠れ家が必須となる。
Oh, I think I know where this is going. The young one had the scorpion weakness, but doesn't have the spiderweb one. And that's because Butler made her. But he didn't know about the spiders. You're doing that face again.
No, I'm thinking about it, honestly. This time around, I'm thinking about it.
金蔵が自らの書斎を閉ざし、このような魔除けを施したとしても不思議はない。
What are you saying? We're gonna say something?
No, we can continue.
Okay.
そしてそれは困ったことに、わらわにもこうして効果がある。
She gently grasped the doorknob. As she did, a violent burning sound, unbelievably stronger than the one caused by the spider web, rang out.
お姉様、大丈夫ですか？手は。
Ooh. Her hand had been horribly burned, and Beato couldn't help but avert her eyes.
安心せよ。これ式、すぐ治る。
Apparently, it would heal by itself if left alone. The older sister seemed to heal at an inhuman rate.
そなたはどうやら平気らしいな。
She dimly poked the doorknob. Nothing happened. Oh, she doesn't have the spider as well. Okay, the scorpion, I mean, as well.
Nope.
She touched it with her entire palm, but she felt nothing but a pleasantly cool sensation. Is it because she's not a witch yet?
I think that they talked about this in our previous live, as in Beatrice the Elder's theory is that the chick is just her human side, and she has the witch's side.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that the elder...
I didn't mean to click, but yeah, it would make sense that the elder have the weaknesses and the younger doesn't.
逆にドアノブに触れても平気ですが、お姉様のような火傷を負ったら私は簡単には治らないと思います。
まるで普通の人間のようであるな。
Yeah.
はい、私自身自分が魔女だとはちょっと信じきれていません。私にはお姉様のように魔法を使うこともできないし、不思議な火傷もお父様は私を偉大なる魔女の生まれ変わりだと信じてくださいましたが、私にはそれが信じられなくて。
そなたは何も。
私はベアトリーチェ、お父様のために生まれてきました。お姉様は？
わらわもまたベアトリーチェ、金蔵に魔法にて黄金を授け、その後も魂となって島に縛り付けられている体を失った魔女である。
私たちは一体何者なんでしょう？
Good question.
わらわと違い、そなたは体を持つ存在のように見える。
そうなんですか？
あのエリカとやらの話を聞いて、魔女であり魔法が使えるが体を持たぬわらわと、そして魔女であるが魔法は使えず肉の体を持つそなた。
That's because when the elder was, there was no portrait yet, so there was no image for her.
わらわたちはやがて一つになり、掛け合った部分を埋め合って、本当のベアトリーチェとして完成されるのではないだろうか。
Did seem plausible. Both of the Beatrices were missing something. If they were to become one, they surely, then surely they would be very close to the Beatrice that Butler desired.
試して見るか。手を出せ。
The older sister slowly raised her palm and held it out before Beato. The large burn from a second ago really had started to heal already.
わらわたちは一つになれるかもしれぬ。わらわも知りたい。そなたと一つになることで未来のわらわを知りたい。
Beato also raised her hand slowly, and the two hands touched. But nothing happened. Perhaps this meant that while they were fated to become one eventually, that time had not yet come.
わらわにとって雲の巣が苦手なのは当たり前な。しかしそなたはそれを知りもしなかった。同様にそなたは自分が生まれてきた理由をお父様のためだという。そのお父様というのはどうやら後ろ宮バトラのことらしい。わらわも年に数度しか訪れぬ稀な客人である彼のことは知っているが、その稀な客人の彼とそなたというわらわにどのような接点があるのか理解できぬ。
Wait. What? How? No, that doesn't make any sense. What about the scene then?
What scene?
The great scene the butler had done.
No, sorry. I mean, she's the Beatrice of the past, right?
Yeah, but the Beatrice of the past should know. The portrait was made 2 years earlier, right?
2 years earlier, yeah.
And Butler didn't came out on the island for 6 years straight.
Yeah.
So the last time Butler was there was no portrait yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that the elder Beatrice should know about Butler's scene. But she's talking like she barely knows him. The timelines doesn't match. You see, that right now is the face I was talking about earlier.
I'm not doing it on purpose. Honestly, I don't remember this thing specifically. So there's no things I can do. No things I can do. I don't remember this.
そうですね。私たちは互いを知り合うことで本当に大切なことに至れる気がします。
その向こうにいるのが一なる未来のベアトリーチェ。いや、それこそがわらわたちのあるべき正しい姿に違いない。
With their hands still joined, the two Beatrices swore to fill in the part the other lacked and regain a single form. Bit by bit, Beto was walking down the path that led to the former Beatrice. Is it gonna happen? Is it actually gonna happen? That they become the Beatrice we know and love? Don't answer. Magic of a different interpretation. Okay. The eerie sound of the wind and rain. Once again, I hastily regained consciousness on top of the bed. The finger that the witch had bitten off was still attached. I didn't say it was all an illusion. just that it was still attached. After all, the pain and teeth mark, as though as a witch has bitten it, were still there. And yet, the window which I had supposedly smashed had been fixed as though it had never been broken in the first place. How can I escape this creepy room? Why am I locked up in this eerie room all alone? I want to get out. I have to get out. Let me out of here. The door was sealed with a firm chain. Oh, it's moving again.
Ooh, 3D chain.
3D chain. I could open it a crack, but only enough to peek out into the corridor at best. It would probably be hard even to get just a fist through it. The windows wouldn't budge either. They were no better than bare prison windows. The barely didn't have a window. The only thing that could get out through there was the water that flowed if you turned on the tap. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't think of any way out of here. Shut in here like this, I was no more or less than a prisoner. Unless someone came from outside to save me, I wouldn't be able to get out for all eternity. In that case, couldn't I just call for help? Yes, the tiny gap I could make in that door had to exist so that I could call for help. But could I make the words come out? I had tried to call out for help before. For some reason, the words couldn't escape my mouth. I might have made some kind of mistake. I might have just lost my voice in my haste and confusion. I cracked the door open one more time. The warm light of the hallway flowed in, making the darkness of the room stand out all the more. Though I couldn't hear any voices, I did feel something peaceful. I was sure that everyone was in the room at the other end of the hallway, chatting happily about something. If I could just call out, someone would surely come to save me. Only makes some indescribable fear. I tried yelling once more. But the result was the same. I was like trying to yell underwater. All I did was get out of breath, unable to call out in the slightest. Even though I could say as much as I wanted if I just grumbled to myself inside the room, whenever I tried to make my voice reach outside, I choked and was unable to say anything. I understood. My body was the only thing imprisoned in this eerie locked room. My voice was as well. Thinking I could use some other kind of sound to call for help, I tried opening and closing the door violently, making the chain rattle. This sounded as though it was making a noisy clanking sound, but I was sure it was no good. Even this sound was imprisoned within the locked room. No matter how harsh a sound I made, I was certain it would be quieter than a leaf falling by the time it reached the other end of the corridor. I tried using the hateful chain that sealed the door to make a sound to call for someone, but that only deepened my despair. This chain? That's insane. Even though a second ago it was a stiff chain that looked like it was used to seal a monster away, at some point it had transformed into a normal chain lock. This changed everything. I could just undo it from the inside. I tried to undo the chain, but I couldn't pull it off. The chain was not being long enough for that, while the door was still open a crack. Of course. Calm down. I swallowed and calmly closed the door. Then when I saw the chain had slackened enough, I touched it with my finger to make sure. When I was little, I hated chains because I could never get them undone right. However, that was a long time ago. Could unfasten them normally now. Anyone could, it was easy. Clink. At that moment, the terrible thought that the demon who had locked me in this room might have been using this trap to give me hope and then make me despair even more, finally stopped haunting me. The chain lock unfastened and the chain dangled there right before my eyes. Now, there was no lock seal in this door. Please, don't torment me anymore. Just open normally. Slowly, the door opened. I had to close the door in order to undo the chain, so the warm light from the hallway had been cut off. What if I opened it again and that warm light was gone this time? I was even afraid of that. However, that was just me over-imagining things, slowly expanding before my eyes. No, this is normal for a door. As the door let out an annoying creak, the exit from this cursed locked room finally opened. Haha, I did it! Even my cry of joy was strangled. But that didn't matter anymore. All that mattered was that I could get out. I poked my head out and looked left and right down the corridor. The warm corridor. Can't sense people having fun at the other end. Everyone's right there. Let's go right now. At the moment...
Have you forgotten something?
Yeah, he's tied up with a chain. At that moment, something cold and heartless crushed my throat. It was as though an iron loop had been fastened around my neck and pulled on hard from behind. No, not as tough. Without my knowing, at some point, a thick metal collar had been fastened around my neck.
Punk.
3D chain moving again. When had this happened? And when I turned around, I despaired even more. From the inner side of the door I had just opened, a thick chain extended, which was connected to my collar. I pulled on it, but it didn't even budge. When I shook it, the whole door creaked. What the hell? The chain that connected to my collar was attached to the inner side of the door. Yes, the same heartless chain that had secured the door a short while back has suddenly become a chain holding me in place. That's insane! That's insane! Damn it, what's going on here? I pulled with all my strength, trying to hear the whole door off, but I already knew from repeated experiments that it wouldn't even budge. I was sure this chain would disappear once I went back inside the room, but it would never let me leave it. Though it had appeared to revert to a normal chain lock, nothing had actually changed. The fact that a chain lock bound me to that room was just as true now as ever. The tears flowing down my face, I pulled with all I had. I was completely useless. It was completely useless. No matter what I did, it never teared loose. And it wasn't even permitted. I wasn't even permitted to call out for help. I felt a confused anger at how the demon had mercilessly made me think for just an instant that I'd escaped. And no matter how much I yelled, no voice came out, and no one on the other end of the corridor could hear me. Then I noticed a note stain on the wall of the corridor. Ooh. It wasn't a stain. They were letters traced out by a finger that had been covered in red paint. Those letters, which looked like they had been drawn in blood, answered my biggest question. The chain lock must be set. You may unset it, but it must then be reset. Unless it is set, this exit of yours will be unusable. I instantly understood the meaning of that unsettling message. Then I tried it out and understood completely. When I return to the room and reset the chain lock, the binding around my neck disappears. When I undo the chain lock again, that heavy feeling around my neck returns. In other words, I cannot escape this room while the chain lock is still unset. But that means all I need to do is set the chain while outside the room. I need the chain one more time. The weighty collar and chain appear around my neck again. I stepped out into the corridor and closed the doors behind me, leaving only the slightest of cracks. I stabbed my hand through the crack, grabbed the dangling chain, and tried to reset it somehow. Damn it. It's so easy to do from the inside, so why is it so hard to do from the outside? The gap needed to be wide if I want to manipulate the chain well. However, that made the chain too short to reach. To bring the chain even close to the reach-in, I had to close the door as much as possible. But doing that meant that there wouldn't be enough of a gap to fit my hand in. Of course, that was perfectly natural. Chain locks are made to be done from the inside. They'd be completely pointless if you could set and unset them from the outside. That's why the length of the chain is specially chosen, to prevent anyone from setting or unsettling it from the outside. Maybe I could manage with some kind of hard and thin tool. The gap of the door was just a finger width across. The chain would have enough length to reach. If I just could bend a wire hanger so that it fits through the crack, I mean that could be possible. So that it fits through the crack and work the chain with that. That's right. There's a closure just to the side of the door. Could there be some hangers in there? Found one. Oh, thank God. Single chip looking hanger. Like one you might find in a laundry room was hanging there. Really? I'm pretty sure when I last looked a short while ago, nothing like this was in the closet. Ah, who cares? Quickly, quickly. I twist the wire hanger, bending the end with the tip around. Form a loop at the end and grab it at things with, making for a sort of burglar tool. Then I dashed out in the corridor again and closed the door almost as far as it would go. My wrist could never pass through this, but with the door closed this far, the chain should have extra length to spare. And this crack is large enough for me to stick the hanger through. Now it's just a matter of technique. I'll definitely be able to try to do it if I try enough times. I'm certain of it. It's harder than it looks, but the chain is long enough. It isn't impossible. I had finally got my hands on the one way to escape. It was hard, yes, but it was theoretically possible. If it was possible, then I would be able to get out. I would be able to escape from here. Huh? At that moment, I felt a heavy weight on the far side of the door. It felt as though someone inside the room had leaned against the door with her forehead, and she, the witch, had laughed. Then I felt a powerful and strange force on the wire hanger. Is she trying to grab it away from me? Yeah. Right. Yeah, right. Like hell I let go. Like I let my one key out of here get stolen while my guard's down. Fortunately, I had stuck my wrist through so that I wouldn't drop it if my hand got tired. You wouldn't be able to snatch this out of my hands. The witch on the other side of the door watched me and laughed once more. Then I noticed something weird. I looked at my left hand, which I had pressed against the door to hold it in place, and between the fingers of that hand, I could see something red. It was red text. I realized immediately. At some point in time, even more bloody letters had been written on the door, and my left hand had been covering them up. Still fighting against the vice-like strength of the witch beyond the door, I moved my left hand to the side, where the hand had been, bloody letters had indeed been written. It read as though someone had predicted that I had struggled this way from the very beginning. A message directly from the witch to me. No matter the method, it is impossible to set or unset the chain lock from the outside. All tricks done from the corridor have been sealed by red letters. No way. It was suddenly a terrible sound, and the force that had been pulling on the anchor was suddenly released. But when I looked at the anchor that was finally free, I lost all hope. As though it had been hit by the acid of the room's darkness, the tip of the hanger had burned and bubbled and melted away. Now it was pitifully short. It couldn't be used for anything. It would be useless to search for a substitute. No skill to fasten the chain from the outside had been sealed. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I knew the remnants of the wire hanger against the I threw the remnants of the wire hanger against the floor and faced the old way, filled with a warm light, and called for help. However, I just choked, unable to speak at all. Everyone is just down the corridor, and everything is peaceful there. I can't hear their voices, but I know. I'm sure they're all having a good time playing cards. Please, someone notice me. Someone save me. They added this. They added this very squeaky voice over Erika.
I know who these are.
One is
Oh.
Erika.
Erika is the squeaky one.
There's two voices. One is Erika.
Yeah, yeah. And the other one?
I don't know. Beato? No, I don't think so.
From the voice, I would say Berncastle.
Oh, Berncastle. Yes, yes. Yes, it will make sense. There's also Butler now. This
but
time...
this is-
Hmm?
Okay. I was about to say this exactly.
Oh, okay. This time it wasn't the witch's voice. It was the happy voices of everyone else, which I could hear from the other end of the hallway. Someone come over here and save me.
Save me.
Save me! I wonder... There's one thing that I wonder. There's a closed door there, and supposedly Erika trapped Butler in that closed room because he couldn't be able to solve something. Pretty clear that. But why is Erika using a closed door thing? Isn't she on the human side?
I'm uncertain whether to repeat the exact words that she used or not. Because she used a very specific term.
Didn't
But
she?
I'm not sure I want to.
She said.
She didn't say closed room.
She didn't say closed room?
Nope. She said something else.
Oh god, I don't remember. I thought she said closed room. I was not sure.
Probably she did, but to say, yeah, you stay there. But there was something more specific than that. But since you don't know that term, it just flew over your head, probably.
Could be.
But I noticed.
Oh, okay. So you know, and I do not. I see.
Yeah, I know. The first time that I played, I did not know. I just understood that something had happened. Basically like you.
Okay,
I didn't know
okay.
what she was talking about.
I see.
But she did use closed room, but this is not the problem here.
That's not a problem. Okay. I thought you said something. I trapped your soul in a closed room. Or something like that. I don't really remember the exact words.
It's not. I don't think it's like so. It's kinda, but
It is, but it isn't at the same time. I see.
Yeah, it's very. There's something more to it that makes it different than a simple closed room here. But I'm just for the gist of it. I'm not gonna repeat the term.
Okay. I see.
I'm on the witch's side, and it's more convenient for me to stay silent on this.
I see. You do not make a good poker face, let me tell you though.
I never said I did a good poker face. Do you think Beatrice has a good poker face? I don't think so.
Depends. For certain things, yes. For other, not at all.
No, I'm not good at poker faces, of course. this comes as a mystery to no one.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we can
Stop here?
for
Oh.
today. Yeah.
Okay. We can say
it's the new scene.
No. Please no. Please no. Don't say that. Okay, everyone. This is all for today. I would normally say the next stream is in 2 days, and it actually, there is a stream in 2 days, but there's also gonna be one tomorrow, very late, because I was invited in a collab.
Nice.
Tomorrow time is still to be set precisely, but yeah, it's gonna be I don't know if I'm gonna stream myself, but yeah, I will be in a collab. More details when I have them. But the sure stream is in 2 days with Mina the Hollower. New game from Yacht Club, the dudes from Shovel Knight.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, new game come out. What about you?
My next stream is gonna be in 2 days. It's gonna be Cassette Piece.
Okay, everyone. I'll see you in a bit at PixelBit. Have a good night. Bye-bye.